You're tuned in to the Keetria Show and listening to SOB, Style of Business, the podcast with your host, Keetria. We aim to highlight the ongoing trek of entrepreneurs and business owners from around the globe, featuring stories that recount their struggles, experiences, and inevitable road to success and self-fulfillment. Welcome to SOB.
This podcast is being brought to you by my inspiring new book titled Courage is a Muscle, Using Heart to Power Your Entrepreneurial Dreams. You can grab your copy today on Amazon. Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks so much for tuning in and checking out another great episode of SOB, Style of Business, the podcast. This is your host, Keetria, and I'm chatting with a special guest today by the name of Kamille Richardson, who is a multi-business owner. We got two for right now. You know, we're going to scale up. But right now, we're starting with the two businesses that she has. She's the founder and CEO of Blind Girl Vision, and she is also the founder and CEO of ISee Technology. And this is going to be a wonderful conversation because this young lady is doing some wonderful things to help the visually impaired and just empowering people and letting people know that whatever your circumstances are, you can always prevail and you can always succeed. So she is a prime example of that. Definitely glad to have Kamille on. We'll give her a couple of seconds to drop that intro, and then we'll, you guys know the drill. We'll roll right through from there. So without further ado, Miss Kamille, go ahead and drop that intro for us, and let's get this party started. Let's go.
All right, I'm ready to go. Hello, everyone. My name is Kamille Richardson. Like she said, I'm the founder and CEO of Blind Girl Vision, which is my motivational company that encourages people to live their best life in spite of their circumstances. And then I'm also the founder and CEO of ISee Technology, and that is a company where I teach people who are blind and visually impaired how to use their iPhones and their iPads to maintain a sense of independence and also to gain freedom. So that's me. That's what I do. That's who I am.
All right. That's what I do. I do it because I can. I love it. All right. So let's, yeah. And hey, you know what? Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to say that for later because I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just slow down and I'm going to throw it back in your court because I want to kind of pull and get a little bit more information about how you got started. I mean, obviously being visually impaired and I when I kind of read your background story, just blind at birth, that in itself is an inspiration for you to, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, let me just be mindful of what I'm saying. Some people kind of use disabilities as excuses, and I definitely can understand how it can be difficult and hard, but just give us a little glimpse of how you were able to really just be in a place to inspire and empower people, because some people, some people feel, I guess, that they don't have the power to do so.
Well, Keetria, like you said, I was born totally blind. And when I say totally blind, I mean, I can't see anything. Well, I can see light. That's it. People's like, well, how blind are you? No, I just see light and some shadows. But also, I was born into an extremely supportive family. They are always there. They always have my back. They always encouraged me growing up. And I was never told what I can't do.
Right. Okay.
Like never. I mean, if I said I wanted to fly a plane, they would be like, okay, well, we're going to figure out how you going to fly this plane. I'm like, no. Right. You realize I'm blind, right? Like, come on now.
Right.
But that just goes to show you that, like, the sky was the limit for me and my family. Like, I was always included in things. They never made me feel any different from anybody else. And so that was where it started for me. I always received encouragement. So I knew what it was like to feel loved and just have undying support. So that's really where my foundation came from with my family.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that. And that, and I guess as we go into the conversation, it'll definitely give the listeners a little bit more of where we're going with, the reason why you started your companies and how everything inspired you from, throughout the course of your life. So I guess let's start with the inspiration behind Blind Girl Vision, because that's more where you go to, teach others and really just kind of show them the way forward, So give us I'll let you lead that.
Yeah, well, just a brief little situation. So the long and short of it is, so ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be on the radio, right? Like I used to record people. I recorded myself. I used to always record my little radio shows, and
right.
I'm kind of dating myself a little bit, but I used to walk around with a tape recorder.
Oh, did you have the Sony Walkman? The Sony Walkman?
Yes, girl. I had the Walkman. I had everything. Like, I was recording. Like I would actually record the music.
Oh,
and then I would stop and I would do a break. And then, I had guests. Like, my sister was always a guest on my show, right? So,
the same guest every week.
I was that girl. Yeah, right. I was that girl. So I went to school for it and all that stuff. And then I got, I started actually kind of working in that field. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. It was, you know how they say when something is your passion, you'll do it for free?
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
For free. But the thing was, though, even though that was my dream, I did not have the confidence in myself to really, really, really follow that dream and that gift that I had. So while I was doing that and I was really enjoying myself, because I lacked the confidence that I needed, and, I didn't advocate for myself as well as I should have, after a couple of years, decided to go a whole different route. And I became a massage therapist. What? Wow. A massage therapist? Wow. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I hear the radio voice I'm like, okay. So you just took me on a complete 360-degree whirlwind with all of that.
Yeah, I just did. That's what I did. Like, my friends and even my family was like, what? Massage therapy? Now I'm going to tell you, Keetria, I was also the girl who hated touching everything. Like, to be blind, my mama used to always say, girl, you blind, but you hate getting your hands dirty. And she's right. Like, I don't eat ribs because they're too messy all that. So I want to touch people, but no. But, I did it because it was something that was comfortable for me. Yeah. It was something that I didn't have to work as hard to really prove myself in, because, everybody just assumed because I was good, because I'm blind, I'm going to be good with my hands. And so I did that. I settled. And I was good at that, but it was not my passion. I was just talented at it. I was amazing at it, and my clients loved me, but that wasn't my gift. It was just something I had. It was a talent. So even my clients would be like, when I was talking to them, they're like, oh my gosh, your voice is amazing. So I came up with Blind Girl Vision because in 2012, because I didn't want anybody to do the same thing that I did. I wanted that person who had a dream to go for it. Like, don't allow the imposter syndrome that you may face to defer your dream because you don't have the confidence in yourself to make it happen. So, I want to offer empowerment. I just speak life to it. And I help people speak life to their dreams. And I just encourage them, no matter whatever your circumstance is, go for it. Don't let the fears and doubts hold you back. Because that's what happened to me. I mean, I settled, and I was never truly happy doing that. And I always had my toe in the entrepreneurial world at the same time as, working as a massage therapist, I was never really full time at it because I was always trying to find that next great thing.
Never satisfied. That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. Like with massage, I knew, even when I was in school, I knew that was not going to be my career. I was not going to retire from it. You can't. So that was my purpose for founding Blind Girl Vision, was to speak truth to people's dreams. And just encourage them that, that imposter syndrome is real, for real. Absolutely. Because, for me, even I was like, who am I?
Exactly.
So I want to help people overcome that. Don't let those doubts and those fears hold you back.
Yeah, because they definitely will keep you at a stalemate and not moving forward. And, I think we get in places where we get not only comfortable, but I think it's more so the safety of it. And we don't have to work as hard. It's like, okay, let me just go this route. And if I have some extra time on the weekend or some extra money, I'll put toward, X, Y, and Z. But I am definitely grateful that you are moving forward with, Blind Girl Vision. And it's been several years now for you guys. But hey, I'm gonna put this out there, and we just gonna let it roll wherever it needs to roll. I see like Blind Girl Vision Radio or Blind Girl Vision podcast or something. Like we, I don't know, a live or a YouTube. I mean, because I hear the enthusiasm and passion in your voice to really go in and inspire and uplift people. And you can just imagine the types of lives that you would touch for other people who are walking in your shoes. So, hey, I'm all for it. I'm putting it out there. It's love and it's positive vibes. So I'm gonna leave that with you, Kamille. I'm gonna check in with you next year, but I'm gonna leave that with you.
I mean, to even make that, because to even going through the journey of entrepreneurship was very, very scary because it's been here for 8 years, but there were a lot of bumps in the road, and again, through all of that, I still had to deal with the feeling of who am I? Who am I to encourage these people? So like I said, it's a journey, and I really am enjoying it. There are some peaks. There are valleys, but then the thing about it is once you hit the valley, you can't do nothing else but go up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we can preach on that one. We can preach a whole Sunday evening service on that one. And and that's definitely something I think we should get in a little more into the ebb and flow of entrepreneurship, because it looks like what we see when we go to like entrepreneur.com, like Inc. and all those publications that highlight entrepreneurship, you see the glamour, you see the end result, most of those stories are 30 under 30 or whatever it is. You see all of these stories, but like the truth of it is, you want to pull your hair out. So tell us, let's talk a little bit about that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you're first getting started, when you're doing something like this, like I said, I always had my toe kind of dipped in it because I had developed that safety net of being a massage therapist, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I kind of built that as my persona. So I'm doing Blind Girl Vision at the same time. And like I said, I hadn't fully committed to it because, like I said, it was scary, for me to just jump out here and take this leap. And also, again, like I said, not having that confidence, like, not really having like I said, my family has always encouraged me. But again, I had to see this gift in myself.
Right.
This is a very vulnerable thing that I'm saying. I had to see the gift. I had to see what others saw in me. So for me, the entrepreneur journey was not that easy, or it started out kind of bumpy because of that, because I had the hard time seeing that gift that was inside of me. I was working hard, and everybody that looked at me saw me as someone who was empowering, and I was going out and encouraging and motivating people to speak truth to their dreams, while at the same time still doubting that I could actually make mine come true.
Yeah.
So so I held on to, because when I was doing massage, I worked at a company whose name I won't mention because they ain't paying neither one of us to mention them.
Right.
But when I was at that place, when I was there, I knew who I was. I was Kamille, the massage therapist. Didn't want to be that, but that's who I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like I said, my journey was different because, like I said, I was still working on me while at the same time working on being an entrepreneur.
Wow. Yeah. And like, how did you, I guess, what sort of process was it for you to kind of move forward in fear? Because fear will stop a lot of people from taking the next step.
Well, honestly, I started doing a lot of self-development classes and really pouring into myself and investing in myself and surrounding myself with people who were doing the thing that I wanted to do. And that's the thing that I will advise everyone out there is surround yourself with people who are doing what it is you want to do. Somebody who's done it for a while. And, sometimes you might have those moments of, well, they have it all together. It might seem like that, but you want to be with somebody who's really out there grinding and living their dream, especially because if you are an entrepreneur and you want to be one, then you want to see what it is that they do and how they move. So that's what I started doing, is surrounding myself with people who were on the same path that I was on.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. Yeah, that's how I started developing myself.
Yeah, mentors and resources and stuff. Like sometimes I even try to create this mindset that nobody really cares. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching. And like I think, as ridiculous as it sounds, when you just kind of make up these scenarios, like nobody's really fully paying attention until you actually do something. Because we always feel like it has to be something significant. But one of the things that kind of helps me is like, just Ain't nobody paying attention to you, girl. Just go ahead and do your deal, and put it out there or whatever. And then what happens is once you actually do the thing, whatever it is, then you realize like you didn't die. Like everything just kind of kept flowing. People kept minding their business. Ain't no, nobody cares, and then that just kind of gives you leverage to repeat, to rinse and repeat. Look, people got their own stuff going. If they paying you that much attention, then at that point you have actually gotten a little bit somewhere. Like you're moving the needle a little bit, but just kind of go into it. We're like, hey, we let's just see what happens. So I love that.
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, yeah, just jump out there and get it done.
Exactly. And speaking of getting it done, so we have Blind Girl Vision that you initially, when you launched in 2012, and now we have ISee Technology, which I really want to talk about because, the evolution of tech, especially for visually impaired, you kind of see like the shift, like people are getting a little bit more on board with making sure that everybody has access to everything, whether you have a disability or not. So tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that and how you were able to launch that company as well.
Well, the inspiration behind that, I got an iPhone back in the day, and here I am, I go from this keyboard to having this phone with nothing on it. So, learning as I go and teaching myself how to do it. And, people started watching me and asking me, hey, can you help me learn how to do it? Can you teach me how to use my phone? So, I'm working with people and teaching them how to use their phones, and people started to take notice. And for a little while, I started contracting with the state of, I live in North Carolina. So I started doing some contract work with the state of North Carolina to work with their services for the blind and teach people who are recently blind how to use their phones. So I'm doing this and I'm realizing, wait a minute, I could actually turn this into a business because the contract had my name on it. It just had Kamille Richardson. Like,
right.
You look me up as a vendor.
Right.
You see Kamille Richardson. So I was like, wait a minute. And my friend was like, you actually have a business, right? And I was like, what? Wow. I do. I sure do. And so, I started doing that, and it came to fruition in 2019. Now, I specialize, when I'm doing this, my target audience a lot of times is people who have recently lost their eyesight.
Okay.
And the reason why is because, so you have an iPhone. Mm-hmm. And, you're just doing what you do. It's so pretty. You got the latest and greatest. And then you can't see all of a sudden. You lose your vision all of a sudden or gradually or however it is it happens. You can't see anymore. So now what? You got this really pretty piece of glass that you have no idea what to do with. So now in the midst of trying to figure out everything else, you have to ask somebody to do things for you. Hey, could you check my text messages? You got people, hey, could you help me check my email? Can you get on my social media and see if anybody sent me some messages or, you become totally dependent on other people and they're all up in your business.
Oh, wow.
So, it happens. I've talked to so many of my people that I work with and, they got, I had to ask my mama or I had to ask my spouse or my sister or whoever. And, that's not good.
Yeah.
You want to be able to do that yourself. And, by the way, the phone is ringing. I can't even answer it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's where I came in. And, when I'm working with people, I'm not just teaching them, how to use their phone in a different way, but I'm giving them their life back. I'm connecting them back with the world. Yeah. I'm teaching them that you can still use this phone. You just have to do it in a different way. You can still go onto your social media and you can still, go on the internet and look for employment. You just have to do it in a different way. And by doing that, I help them get their life back and I help to change their mindset because when I'm working with them as well, they see, I'm empowering them. I'm talking to them. I work on their mindset, because they come into me and can barely turn the phone on.
Yeah.
And they don't think they can do it. They're just like, oh, my gosh, I just don't know. This seems so hard. And I'm like, no, you got this. Like, trust me. you're going to get this. And to actually see them get it and just experience the excitement that comes with just something as simple as telling Siri to FaceTime somebody or sending a text or anything like that. It's amazing. And, sometimes it gets me a little emotional because they didn't think that they would be able to do this. They felt lost. They felt like they were just going to be sitting in this world and not be able to do anything on their own. So that's what, that's what really fuels me. And, I've actually broken it down into several other things as well, because now we have, Uber, and I teach them how to use Instacart, Walmart app. It's like it's so many, like it's independence. Now you got to ask somebody to go to the grocery store for you. You got a car at your disposal.
Right. Yeah, that is a whole service model. Yeah, talk. You definitely share more about that because and are you teaching these in person? And because I know you're in North Carolina.
I know, girl. No, COVID, honey.
Okay, cool. Hey, all right, y'all. Y'all cannot be working with Kamille right now, but virtually, and that's the reason why I asked. Yeah, to see because.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead. You good?
No, I was gonna say we do virtual. See, I had to pivot. You see, okay,
understandable.
I'm glad you asked that.
Okay.
So this what we're going through right now has made me have to really pivot, and this is kind of what got me. I'm going to circle back to this massage thing really quick.
Okay, yeah, perfect. No, take your time.
That happened, you know what I'm saying? And our state shut down in March. Mm-hmm. Everything opened back, the spas and things opened back in May. But I was like, absolutely not. Like,
right.
No.
I'm good.
I can't do that, So I made the decision, and I feel like, sometimes you have to. I feel like sometimes God hits you over the head. I've been ready to leave the industry for a while with massage, but I guess, sometimes you've got to be hit over the head, pushed out the nest, whatever.
Oh, my God.
But I had to make that decision, just take that leap and just go for it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I used to go into people's homes or I used to meet them at, a central location to do our lessons. Well, now with COVID happening, I had to change the business and what I do. So now I teach people how to use Zoom. I actually have a series of courses that I offer that teaches people how to use all the shopping apps. And I also have one that teaches you how to use the money apps like Cash App, Venmo, all of them. Yeah. Even like, Wells Fargo and whatever bank you use, all the banking apps. I teach people how to do that. And I also have a course. Did I already say Zoom? I think I did. So yeah, I have the shopping apps. I teach people how to use Zoom, and I also teach people how to use their banking apps because it's, for me, since I can't teach you exactly how to do the gestures, if you already know how to use VoiceOver, which is the screen reading software on iPhones and iPads, then I can teach you how to use all of these other apps. And I also, I've actually broken it down also to include Uber and Lyft and DoorDash, all of these apps. But so that's where I am now, and I do those virtually.
That's perfect. Yeah, and those are all services that we all need. So that's. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was like, okay, that's perfect. All right, yeah. So we'll talk after this, yeah, because I see where this is going. I see where this is going. So I'm gonna get back on this radio, this podcast, this live webinar type deal because this is some good information, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are looking for these types of services. So tell us, let's talk a little bit about how you work. Like, is there who's your ideal client? I know you said that people who have recently lost their sight, but who would be a good candidate for your services?
Well, for my services, like I said, I see, I'm a member of a lot of support groups for the blind and whatnot. And a lot of times on there, you have people who they join the groups because their mother just recently lost her sight or their child or something like that. So my ideal target group a lot of times are people who have a family member who recently lost their sight and they want to know how to use their phone or they need to get back into technology. And also, I do work with people who have been blind all their life as well, because, like I said, the app that I just mentioned, just because, you know how to use your phone doesn't mean you know how to use these apps.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's true. Yeah.
So, so I oftentimes work with the children, not the children, but a lot of times the children of people who lost their sight usually send me emails, or the person themselves will sometimes, like I said, they have just enough knowledge of how to use their phone, but they want to know more about it. They want to delve deeper into it. So yes, that's my client.
That's perfect. Yeah. And I'll definitely give you an opportunity to make sure you drop your social media handles and where they can find to reach out to you online if they're interested. Now we're going to backtrack and talk about this. Before we get ready to close, what's been the most rewarding part of entrepreneurship for you? Like when you said that, hey, I was doing a massage therapist thing, it was safe. And then, you just kind of forced out of that. But what have you really enjoyed about doing something for yourself and something that you love?
I enjoy things like this. Like I enjoy the fact that as I do the work, I am reaping the rewards of it. And I enjoy the fact that both companies I founded are all about helping others and encouraging others. Yes, like I said, this happened, but I decided that I am going to say yes to myself. I'm going to invest in myself. And just those three, just saying yes, being open and really fully embracing the fact that I am an entrepreneur and having that confidence to step out and just, really go for it completely, wholeheartedly. It's the biggest reward I could have ever given myself. It's just saying yes. I realized as well that once I did that and I relinquished the safe zone, that all these doors started opening, all these opportunities started coming to me. So I do want to encourage the listeners to say yes, and also, and watch how the doors open.
Wonderful. I love that. Say yes. And I was just about to ask you to drop some words of encouragement, but that's it. I mean, y'all better say yes to this stuff. Hey, I am dead serious. We got to do more for ourselves, and really, truly embrace and trust who we are and believe. So I'm with you all the way 150%, Kamille, and I appreciate you stopping in. Before we leave, let us know where we can find more about you online. If somebody wants to connect for services, drop all that contact information and good stuff.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram. It is Kamille, Kamille, Alia, Alia. It's all one word. You can find me on Facebook, and that is my name, Kamille, Kamille Richardson. If you are interested in perhaps, getting services from me as far as technology training is concerned, you can hit me up at ISee, as in the word C, SEE, technology 06@gmail.com. And I also have the Blind Girl Vision Facebook page as well.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it here. I don't know if we are first, second, or third, but regardless of that, you have heard Miss Kamille Richardson, the CEO and founder of Blind Girl Vision, and also CEO and founder of ISee Technology. Kamille, thanks so much for being a great guest. We appreciate you and looking forward to keeping an eye out for all the wonderful things you have going for 2021. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for hanging out with us here on SOB. We hope this episode has been resourceful. If you'd like to check out the latest articles or follow Keetria's website updates, just log on to Keetria.com or follow her on Twitter at KEETRIA.